Okay, so now we're going to look at solving some basic equations that have some addition and subtraction in them. So these are relatively simple, but what I want to do is over to the right here, I want to remind everybody of PEMDAS. And PEMDAS is the way we solve problems where when you're doing an algebraic equation or you have a larger set of functions, multiplication, subtraction, division, this is the order in which you will execute them. We'll do our parenthesis first, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. And you might remember this as please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Now, going in the reverse way, if we're doing solving for algebra, we want to go in the reverse way. And we want to make sure we get rid of our additions and subtractions first, get rid of our multiplications and division, and get rid of our parenthesis and exponent in the reverse way. So we'll do, let's say, y minus 4 equals 9. So this will be one problem. So we see that we have a subtraction here. And what we want to do is we're going to add 4 to both sides. And the reason why is because if we have a subtraction, we're going to want to do the opposite, which in this case is addition. And that will basically cancel this out. So this minus 4 and plus 4 will end up being a 0. But what we do to one side, we have to do to the other side. So we're going to add 4 to this side. And when we do that, we end up with 13. And so what happens is you end up with y plus 0 equals 13. So let's take a look at another one. We have x plus 7 equals 15. Now again, in this case, we have our plus, so we're going to do the opposite, which is a minus 7. When we do that, these cancel out, and we end up with 0, which is what we're looking for. But what we do to one side, we must do to the other side. So we're going to subtract 7 from this side. And here we take our 15 minus 7 and we end up with 8. Here's our equal sign, and we bring back our x plus, and you end up with x equals 8. Let's do one more. We have 14 equals, let's say, e plus a negative 5. Okay. So now since we have e plus or minus 5, we can actually combine this because we know plus and negative is really a minus. So we'll just rewrite this as 14 equals e minus 5. Now what we end up doing is to isolate e by itself, we're going to get rid of the subtraction. So we're going to add 5 to both sides. This will give us our 0 on this side. So we have e plus 0. And on what we do to one side, we must do to the other. So we're going to add 5 here. Fix this. And you end up with 19. And so you have 19 equals e. So let's do one more. So we'll take here, we'll have r, let's say minus a negative 4 equals 0. Now, a minus, if you recall, is actually going to be a plus, so we can convert this to r plus 4 equals 0. So we have our addition over here. We'll subtract 4 from both sides. This cancels, and we'll end up with r. I won't bother writing the 0 anymore. We bring the minus 4 over to this side, so we have minus 4 here. So r equals a negative 4. And we're finished with this problem. So as you can see, what you do to one side, you must do to the other. And it doesn't matter whether it's on the left or the right side. You just need to be consistent in doing it.